I played Rune 1 not too long ago, Rune Classic. It's a hell of a fucking throwback to when I was a kid, when, you know, you play multiplayer, you had like the text bubbles above your head, and you fucking throw shit, dismember people, like, all in all fucking good times.
Rune 2.
Oh. Now, not too long ago, I saw on Steam, Rune 2 was returning. And I was like, wow, finally. It has absolutely nothing to do with the main game. Does that actually mean the game is bad? No, not necessarily. You can go in any fucking direction as a developer, and you can take it in many places. From a standpoint that the game has been bought up by Bethesda, been giving on to another studio, and then another studio, and then they then have to clean up and make the most of it, I do give it a fair chance. Start from the very basics, right? Rune Classic, Rune 1. Rune Classic was a single storyline action game in third perspective. You ran around, you're Viking, you hit stuff, and you kill people. Now, pretty good single player story narrative. We don't talk about the ending.
Cross the Rainbow Bridge, warrior. A place is set.
And a pretty fucking decent multiplayer, which was just PvP, running around, Quake-ish, third person, slashing, hacking, whatever, right? Almost like you're back in the days playing JK2 in just fucking dueling each other with lightsabers, right? Then you have Rune 2.
Rune 2.
It's an open world, character customization RPG with a single player narrative.
There is someone nearby that I want you to meet.
Warrior reborn. I am Actaul, seer of WAYTOODANK. Or what's left of.
Just a sec. I leveled up. You can play multiplayer. I haven't tested this because as far as my extension of the game went, I couldn't even get most of the first part of the game before I started getting very fucking sus. Character customization, pretty decent. You have some few picks to pick from. You have like, you can pick between hair. You can pick between hair. You can pick between your tattoos, skin color, man or woman. You know, I think there's a preset for your face. I was called Bob. My character's Bob. Woman Bob, yes. That's kind of the extent of it, but it's all what you need. It's like the basics. So you can kind of like do what you want, you know? Character customization is always pretty good. And now for a poetic commentary. I call this one Human Filling. This is Hatchan. This is One Eye Bagel. And this is Pepe.
Someone called ice cream. Ice cream? Yeah. I like ice cream. Me too.
Yo, if you made it as far into the video, you can go over to Twitch and drop a follow if you want to see me live playing these games. You can subscribe here on YouTube to see whenever I post again. If ever. And then you have my socials. They'll all be down below. The settings. What do we have? We have full screen. We have full screen, window full screen, borderless like full screen. We have windowed. Let's just say first that none of them works when you start the game. For me, I had to start the game. It started up in 1024 768, and after that, and that was full screen by the way, pushed everything on other monitors away. Now that's not that big of a problem. It can happen in any game. Then I changed it. Nothing happened. Oh, okay. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Just go to the game. Went in game. Went back and forth. Then finally, I could snap it into full screen in 1080p. I have a 1920 by 1080 monitor. But we fixed it. It's a small fix, you know? Besides that, we have vertical synced, you know, if that's for you. Brightness. We have the quality presets, which is low, mid, high, epic, and cinematic. Do note though, if you do click on each of these, if you go from, let's say you start on epic, right, and you go down to low, then it will actually go down. But if you go from low and up to any of the others, it will only change some of the things, and some of the other settings will get stuck. So if you go from low to cinematic, which is the highest one, you cannot get that, you have to manually go in and press it and then back and forth, then restart the game, go back in, because it won't change it. It will get stuck on the lower settings no matter what. Then we have resolution scale. You can set it on 100, which is normal, or you can go all the way down to what I think is 50 or 10 or something, which kind of made it seem like a fucking potato. Playing Snake on my Nokia phone had more pixels than what this game had. We have near, mid, far, epic cinematic, anti-aliasing, post-processing, shadows, textures, effects, foliage. We have all the categories of low to cinematic, except for view distance, which is near instead of low. A difference, but it's fair. You have your small settings there. It's fine. It's not like world difference, but you have the most essential, right? You have character foot IK. Not gonna lie, I'm not a game developer, so I don't really know what it is. I tried clicking it on and off, nothing happened. Distant feel AO, nothing really happened by clicking it off. And then you can toggle your HUD, which it's a nice setting. I left that off. Maneuver around. The game doesn't have that big of a combat system. It's not that... It doesn't really have anything special, you know, that makes it stand out. Very straightforward. You can slash, you can hack, you can throw your weapon, you can pick it back up, or the weapon is stuck inside of them, you can throw it, pick it back up. I think the most impressive thing about this, you can throw your weapon, it got stuck in your enemy, and you can just run up to the enemy while still alive, pick it back up, throw it back. That was the most impressive. You get an insane amount of loot, so be ready to manage your inventory all the fucking time. Welcome back to No Man's Sky. After you like ran around for a little bit, then you go to your first town. Oh, before long, you're gonna realize this entire thing is actually a tutorial, and you're actually gonna do all of this again. You're gonna learn how to refine your weapon, how to blacksmith, how to cut down trees, because none of us has ever played Minecraft before, or Fortnite. And by the way, yes, if you stand on a tree while it falls, or anywhere near it, you're gonna lose a lot of health. I think also another impressive thing to note is that if you fell a tree on another tree, it would actually tip over the other tree. So it has to be fairly close, but it is pretty interesting. Though I will say, if you just have an axe, you can survive anything in this world. For some reason, you can both hack stones with one hit of an axe. You can hack trees. You can literally do anything. You can kill with the axe. The axe is actually the most OP fucking thing in the entire game. So it kind of puts the whole Minecraft system to waste. When you both need a hoe, axe, shovel, pickaxe, sword. You need everything for that shit. But here, nah, axe. Actually, you don't even need an axe. You just use any weapon. The axe is just the most proficient with it, so. Then you have your bowl building, which is basically just pressing E while after gathering all your materials, and then suddenly you have a building with fire and everything. And then once you build it, suddenly an NPC will appear, and they will start talking to you in the most broken fucking voice lines you will ever hear in a game.
We desperately need your assistance with this settlement. First, you need access to the ritual hut.
Why are you following me?
Metal is required to construct the rune forge within.
While watching this, you might think, you know, it's not the worst I've heard. No, might not be the worst, but you could take like Silent Hill, right? I'm not shitting on the game, but Jesus fucking Christ.
This town is full of monsters. How can you sit there and eat pizza?
Warrior who cannot die, hear us now. We are the voices of the forgotten priests, the servants of the great old ones long ago.
Voice actors ever like matured good over time? No, not a fucking bit. But is it funny? Yes, it is.
Pizza!
It is enjoyable because either it's funny,
Pizza!
or it's well done, or it's both. In this case, none of it. It is stale, and it kind of makes you press E as fast as you fucking can.
Brave traveler.
Get through the fucking dialogue and move on if you get that far. Now we kind of covered the basics. You finished like your main, you finished your tutorial, so you're gonna move into the actual gameplay now. This is gonna be epic. You can go anywhere, you can build, you can go to bases, you can clear dungeons, get loot, get better loot, get even better loot, get even better loot. You can build small boats. The entire game is made on a world map where you can basically go anywhere you want at any given point, though be wary that it's made up of levels of the same exact people or NPCs that have the same exact voice lines. Apparently everyone likes Loki here for whatever reason. You have a skill tree, very straightforward. You have 5 abilities in each skill tree. You have a passive skill tree in the middle, which is for health, stamina, crit, stuff like that. Then you can align yourself with a specific god, like you have Hell, Odin, Thor. I don't remember what the fuck the last one, and I don't really care. You can align yourself with one, and you can spec into that tree. And each tree has a different thing. Like Thor is more like lightning-ish, very straightforward. You can throw a fucking hammer, which does absolute shit. Create an orb that flies forward, does absolutely fucking shit. The only thing I found very useful is that you can create a boar and a boar child. I don't know why the child is there, but you can summon them and they can fight on your side. What I used to do is that I summoned the boar, I killed the child, and let the boar just go rampage on my enemies. Now that if they can actually do something, because they're only there for like what, 10 seconds, and you would think 10 seconds is enough. Nah, most of the time the boar gets stuck or just doesn't move unless they're in their face. To the meat and gritty about the game, because I'm not going to talk about audio, I'm not going to go too much more into detail than this. Is this game worth playing? And especially that since I got it off half price because of it was on sale, they really market themselves really good with this. I think it was more of a sales trick to like get people to buy the game, because I don't think anybody would, and they didn't really have a lot of publicity even though they got it up on Gamescom.
Hi there. I'm the community manager for Rune 2. Right now we're working on Rune 2, the premier open world action RPG Norse mythology looter stabber. Today we're here to show off improvements that we made to Rune 2 over the last several months.
Huh?
But yeah, no, I got a half price off. I even got an extra 15% off with a coupon from Epic themselves. And yes, this is on Epic. I think in November, you can get it off Steam if that is what you want. I don't really care. I just wanted to try the game. Now, is the game actually out? Even if it is, I would say the majority of the game, I played it on low, the lowest of settings. Resolution scale was at the bottom. I can't stress enough. It looked exactly like RuneScape. When I started the game for the first time in the tutorial, I got somewhat nice frames. There was a little bit of a delay on my mouse, stuff like that, but even in the menu, I was running 80. When I came into the tutorial, I had like 120, so I thought it was fine. When I came into the actual game, my frames started deteriorating, started going all the way down to 30. Now, I thought, oh, okay, it might just be a little bit badly optimized, you know? It might just be because, you know, optimization fixes. It is a big world, stuff like that. Or maybe my PC is just not up to par. Maybe this game is just the newest of technologies and it has all the ray lenses and lens flares and ray lights and whatever the fuck maybe they come up with. But coming to this game, I have 30 FPS. Sometimes I even had 18 FPS. Is there more to this game? I don't know, because I actually didn't even manage to get to it because it was slowly unplayable. Or unplayable. I could probably have played it more than this with the settings, but did I want to? No. I would say almost at this point, I would rather have played Fallout 76 on release, which I did. And even though that was a fucking shit show, it was more fun than this. I'll take it with a grain of salt. You know, I hope they can fix it. I hope they can add more. But is it worth buying right now? No. Absolutely fucking not. It's a shit show. I'm gonna stress as far. I'm gonna say that I've checked other reviews on this game. I've seen other people try and play this game. I even found a guy on Twitch who streamed the game but streamed something else while streaming the game. I don't know how that's possible, but he was actually not even playing the game. He was the only one playing it. Literally. I'm just gonna go with the I hope the devs figure out their shit. Good luck with it if you decide to play the game.